Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to the Countmouth channel. Once again, we're on the road. It's another weekend, another wonderfully beautiful day. Well, at least it's going to be for this morning, and then in the afternoon it's going to rain. So I thought, get out early, get a bit of a ride in, talk some bollocks, you know, just another day. Forgotten his name, but House of Jim put a vlog up the other day, and it was a challenge. Not his challenge. There was another vlogger who'd made the challenge, and I will put his name here now. And anyway, so the challenge is, what is your best and worst Christmas present? Now, I've got to say, I don't normally do challenges, but my worst Christmas present was so fucking disappointing that I felt like I had to tell you guys. And it kind of has a bit of a, you know, it kind of relates to motorcycling as well, which is, which is kind of on topic, I guess. So, I guess I'm going to start with my worst. The reason being is people never remember the good. They always remember when things go wrong, but they very rarely remember when things go right, because it just kind of, it's always that way. And so I was lying in bed last night thinking, what was my best Christmas present? Really, what was my best Christmas present? And I got to say, I really struggled to think of one. I did come up with one, and we'll get to it in a bit, but I really struggled. But remembering my worst Christmas present was fucking well easy. So let's picture the moment. So I was working class family growing up, and my family was okay. You know, we weren't rich, we weren't poor. We were okay. And but my aunt, she married into money big time. Not with him anymore, but her husband, my uncle at the time, was worth about 50 million, and he had a house in Kingsclear called Kitscroft, and it was a mansion. There's about 20 bedrooms, 150 acres of land, a swimming pool, sauna, stables, horses, tennis court. It was humongous, this place, and I had just amazing Christmases growing up. They had one of them dining rooms that had the table that, one of them really long fucking tables that was just that you could fit your whole family around. So we had the whole family used to go there for Christmas, and in the main entrance hall, the ceiling was so tall that we used to have a Christmas tree that was literally a tree. It was humongous. It was massive. She used to get, or my aunt used to get people come in and decorate the tree because it was that big. It was like town square fucking Christmas tree size. It was massive in this house, and it was an awesome. We had some amazing Christmases. This particular Christmas, I was 16 years old, so it would have been one of the kind of last Christmases we had there before they split. And I don't remember actually asking for anything. I don't remember kind of thinking, oh, I'd really like this, I'd really like that. I got to that age where people started giving me fucking socks and oranges. Do you know what I mean? And you were like, oh fucking hell, Christmas, just give me some fucking money. I was at the money stage of my life. And anyway, I was 16. I turned 16 in October, and the way that my parents used to play Christmas Day was they'd give me little presents. So I'd have a load of little presents, and then I'd have one main present. And the little presents were stupid little things, like little pinball games that, like cheapy little things, like £5, whatever. £3, stupid shit. The kind of stuff that you get in your stocking, but it was a bit more like I had a stocking and then I had that other stuff. And it was the kind of shit that you played with for like 5 minutes and then never touched again. But, it's nice. It was cool. So I had, and then my main present came out, and it was a box. It was a big box, like a square box. And I opened it, and in it was a motorbike helmet. And I fucking went mental. I was like, oh my god, I'm 16 and my parents have bought me a motorbike. This is amazing. I'm going to be out on the road. This is going to be brilliant. You know, this is great. I went to my dad, oh, Dad, I can't believe you bought me a motorbike. And he's like, yeah, no, I haven't. I've bought me a motorbike. That's for you to come on the back. It's like, what? What kind of a present is that? So I get to go out with you on the back of your bike, which was a Honda Super Dream, which was a nice bike. I mean, I loved it as a bike. You know, as a kid, it was like, oh my god, this bike's amazing. And it was nice going out with my dad on the bike, but it didn't happen that fucking often. And, you know, it's not like on Christmas Day he went, right, son, let's go out on the bike. The bike was nowhere to be seen. The bike was back at home and we were in fucking Klingsclear. You know, we were 2 hours away from where we lived, and it was like, brilliant. So I've got nothing to fucking play with for Christmas. I've got nothing to do. You know, it was, oh man, it was so disappointing. It really fucking annoyed me. And to this day I still hold that against them. To this day I still think, yeah, fucking, what did you think I was going to think when you gave me that bloody helmet and then didn't actually follow it up with a motorbike? So yeah, cheers parents, nicely done. There's a geezer with a shotgun, look. Fucking hell, mate. So yeah, that was my worst Christmas present. And funnily enough, my best Christmas present actually was quite shit as well. But I look back on it with just utter joy, and I don't know why, because it's not something. It wasn't even a great toy. But one year I got a Big Trax, and for those of you who don't know what a Big Trax is, I'm going to put a picture of it up now, right? Isn't that amazing, right? So futuristic. It was, oh god. I know I had the Big Trax without the dumper truck, without the you could get a trailer that kind of lifted up, but I didn't get the trailer. But I just had the standard Big Trax, and as an idea, it was amazing. So it made noises. It had flashing lights, and it was really cool. But in reality, it didn't really stand up to it. So what you had to do was, on the top was like a dial, like a calculator kind of thing that you type numbers into, and you'd do like 10 forward, 90 left, 10 forward, 10 back. And what it would do is you're basically programming commands, and then off it would go. It would follow those commands. And when you first use it, you think, okay, so I want to go down the end of the corridor, and then I want it to turn 90 degrees to the right, and then I want it to go into the next room. Sounds like a great idea. In reality, you completely cock up the measurement, and it goes halfway down the corridor, turns right, and then drives into the wall. And after about 4 times of getting it fucking wrong, you just think, actually, this is really shit. But for some reason, every now and then, every, I don't know, few months, I'd find my Big Trax and go, oh yeah, Big Trax, fucking amazing. I'd get it out and I'd be conned again. My mind would con me into the idea of this toy, and I'd play it, and then I'd go, yeah, this thing's fucking shit. But for some reason, I look back on that toy with joy. And I would say, for any of you that have got children, boys preferably, get them a Big Trax. They still sell them today. You can get them on Amazon, I think. And they're wonderfully shit. That's the way I'd explain. They are wonderfully shit toys, and everybody should have one as they're growing up. So anyway, that's my best and worst, or worst and best. I've been Cat Miffed. Thank you very much.